everybody, welcome back to Vectorsigma.info. This is our September month ahead video. I didn't do one for August. There was a cluster of things that were going on, and I think I did a bunch of them at like the end of July and just gave everybody a heads up where we were. But I figured new month, there's a lot to go on and cover in this month, and a lot to look forward to. So I figured, hey, let's put it all in one video, and this way it's there. Everyone has some information to find it all in one description and everything like that. So let's get into it to start. The Alpha Trion series, tournament series, has been going really, really well. By the time you see this video, it'll be in the middle of the top 8 of our August event. Maybe, depending on the way it goes, it'll be the top 4. Who knows? But regardless, the Titans of Siege format seemed to be pretty fun, seemed to be really interactive. A lot of people brought some really creative decks. At this point, there's at least 6 different types of decks that are in the top 8. A couple of the spots are not confirmed, but you know, you had some oldies come back with a Daring Escape Springer, which we hadn't seen in a while. We had a Shockwave in the top 8. We have a Chrome Dome. There's a potential for the Clobber Time deck to make a top 8 again. There's a Fangry Horrible Orange Black Pierce deck that in our events we haven't really seen a whole bunch of, but they've been succeeding in other events. So it's definitely a pretty diverse top 8. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody can dethrone the Daring Escape deck. And be sure to look out on my Twitch channel, which is below, the Silver Ghost 22. I'll definitely be streaming the top 8 for that as much as I can, and as much time as I have for free time. But speaking of that, let's get into what the next month is going to look like. And our September event series is going to be the Alpha Trion September Junkion event. Now, Junkion is a commons-only format, so only common characters and only common battle cards can be used. It's going to start on September 10th, which is probably about 10 days from today that you'll be seeing this. The only rules that we're adding to this is the ban list is going to be Sergeant Springer, Raider Tailwind, and Private Powertrain. I've spoke at length on why those things are banned, but realistically, they're just very, very powerful and outclassing a lot of their other contenders in the format. It's Springer at 12. He's honestly better than like so many characters. It's not even funny. Like, it just doesn't even contend. And the Tailwind and the Powertrain, I think that they just really, really power creep what the battle patrols are, and I think this would be a good chance to see some of the other patrol decks maybe get a little love. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that signups are still going on for that. You can sign up through the Patreon for the Alpha Trion tournament tier, or you can send Scott or myself or just the Vector Sigma page in general a message, and we can let you know how you can get into the event if you're not a part of the Patreon. So it's completely open to everybody. If you want to play in a sweet new format and have some fun with everybody and join the community that way, then just hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, hit me up personally. It doesn't really matter. All right, let's get into the next one. So the next thing we're getting into is the ExtraLife tournament. Yeah, I've been streaming for ExtraLife now for a month. It started, on August 1st. It's now September 1st or September 2nd by the time you guys are seeing this. And it's been a lot of fun. I had a lot of upfront wins and hit my goals really, really quickly. And I was like, all right, let's start the next goal. And it slowed down a little bit. And I was like, all right, what can I do to get everybody involved in a sweet campaign and a sweet event? And I figured, let's do a weekend tournament. I used to love the destination events. I loved going to Origins. I loved going to Gen Con and PAX Unplugged, and like all those things were so much fun to get in and get a bunch of games in on a big weekend and play for the top 8s and stuff like that. And I really miss that feel. And although this tournament series is good because it gives everyone a chance to play the game still, and you have a couple of days to fix the rounds and set up your opponents and everything like that. For this, it's going to feel a lot more like that grindy tournament that, I love so much, and I really hope that people can really get involved in this and really be excited. The time frames are going to be, a US and UK friendly for the September event. If I do get enough want to try and run it on the other side of the world, I do plan to run the October one with almost the opposite time zone to give you guys a real chance at playing in that and enjoying that. That is the current plan. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, the format for this is going to be Titan 1. What it is that it's adding a new rule to the game of deck construction. So you can have your 25-star limit of characters, of deck building, because including stratagem, etc. And then you can have your 40 cards minimum, and then your normal sideboard and all that fun stuff. But the newest rule to the format will be, including in deck construction, you can only have one Titan Master on the battlefield at once. So you can sideboard an additional Titan Master, obviously, and swap your Titan Masters inside in your sideboard, but you're only allowed to have one Titan Master in play. So there will not be any Fangry Quakes, there will not be any Sky Shadow Horrible or Perceptor Fangry or any of those things. You can only choose one Titan and then build the rest of the deck accordingly. That's the big format change that we're going with that, and we're adding to the already existing ban list of cards, which is your press the advantage, your multi-mission gear, your swap missions, all those things like that. We're adding for the event Daring Escape and Pierce to Tyranny. I've said it on Tech Talk and a couple other formats. I just want to get rid of those cards because this tournament is supposed to be for fun. I don't really want anyone walking away feeling upset because they had to play around against a Daring Escape or because they got PTT'd, all those things. I'd rather let's play a nice event. Let's try out a new format with some really interesting ideas I think can come from it. So that's what we're going to do for that. It's going to be on September 19th and 20th. I'm really looking forward to holding that. There's a ton of random door prizes that are going to be going away. And I announced on Tech Talk the other day that I actually got in contact with the artist, Ken Christensen, who designed Perceptor. And I'm getting him to do some really cool work for me, which is going to be awesome. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to be shipping him a bunch of cards. And he's going to sign them all, and I'm going to use those random cards as the random door prizes for the events and stuff like that. So you can get some of his signed cards, which is Ominous, Brawn, Clobber. He did the Autobot Springer stratagem. I mean, he did about 20 or so cards in Titan Master's Attack, I think, total. Maybe 15 and 20. So I'm going to be sending him as much as I can. Getting those signed out, and I plan on using those as special prizes as additional prizes for the event. So I'm really excited to let you guys know that again. So we're definitely looking forward to the ExtraLife event and playing in it. I'm not going to be playing it. I'm just going to be fully hosting it, covering it. I'm planning to do some hopefully little interesting things in between rounds and stuff. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the time goes. What I did state in a couple comments at the last event, if this gets a lot of interest, a lot of players, I don't think we're going to shoot for best 2 out of 3. I think we're going to go to a best of 1 format. In the World of Warcraft card game that I came from, we did the same thing. It was a best of 1 and then Swiss plus 2. So if there were 32 players, you would normally hold a 5-round event. What you would do, instead of holding a 5-round event at an hour long, you would hold a 7-round event at a half hour long. So you can turn that in and actually shorten the time frame of the event and make it a little bit easier on everybody. And in the end, this is for charity. It is mostly for fun. So I think if we get too many players, I'm going to go to that route. I think it'll just run more smooth. And yeah, it's going to suck to lose the sideboard and stuff like that, but it'll still be a fun run event, and it'll still be a good taste in a new format. So let's get into what's next. And the next thing on the docket is the Alpha Trion Protocols. The committee that we formed the day after the announcement of WotC of them no longer continuing the game, we formed the committee, and at that time it was just the name and more of like a placeholder, and we finally decided on the Alpha Trion Protocols. And in September, I am definitely happy to announce to you that we will be delivering, I would say, minimum 8 cards, with the upwards of possible 12. We are in the final days, I think, of construction of really patenting out what these cards will be and what the correct and accurate text box will look like, and along with the design and the template of the cards and how we plan on delivering them to you guys and what our plans for the use of them are. We plan on doing full write-ups or videos talking about the entire length of design of each and every one of these cards, from either the person that did them themselves or as a collaboration between the people that worked on it, etc. I'm really excited to finally get to these to you guys and see what you have to do with them. You saw a couple weeks ago on my Twitch channel, I had this 4-round event with just a lot of the alpha and beta versions of these cards, and that information was invaluable to us. We really got so much that we needed from it, and it was a lot of fun to watch and see the enjoyment of most of the cards from people and what they created and dealt with. So that was a lot of fun for me. In case you haven't seen it yet, the Alpha Trion Protocols has a Facebook group. I will put it in the description, but it's facebook.com/Alpha Trion Protocols. If you just want to find it that way, it's a lot simpler and a lot easier. But if not, the link will be in the description. So look forward to that. Look forward to what we're going to be doing next after, because once we announce these cards, well, with those cards announcement, we're going to announce what we're going to be doing next. I think we have some really cool stuff and some really interesting things that we're planning on working on. And I'm definitely looking forward to announcing what that's going to be and showing you guys maybe a sneak peek if we can get into it before. Regardless, it'll be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to the month and getting those cards for the first time out to you guys and seeing what that does for constructed level events. So next, Vectorsigma Unsleeved. We started this back in July, the beginning of July, where we started doing different videos. I won't lie, the cancellation of Transformers CCG obviously hurt, and the overall direction of Unsleeved kind of got knocked down a couple pegs because of the Alpha Trion Protocols being formed and a lot of the effort and work needing to go towards that. We still have had a couple podcasts, myself and Brian Klein, and our guest host for the one was Ziggy, and in those we had fun. We talked about wrestling, we talked about World of Warcraft and those things. Vince has been doing a ton of Monster Train videos, which we've fallen a little bit behind on, but I actually released a bunch today, and I plan on, I did some Diablo stuff and I did some RuneScape stuff, but some of that doesn't even make it to the cut. But what is going to be cool is for the month of September, Vince is being really heavy into Monster Train, so I'm going to continue to release his Monster Train videos, so he's going to be up there so you guys can find them. And I plan on doing, I'm getting into Legends of Runeterra, which by now you may see a video, you may not, I'm not sure, but I'm starting my climb in Legends of Runeterra, and I'm going to be recording my games through the ranked, recording some of my thoughts through the deck building process and all the cool things about that game. And along with that, Scott's been playing Runeterra also, so there's a chance that maybe we get Scott on to talk some and do some of that fun stuff. But regardless, the Unsleeved project is definitely not over. It's just been slightly delayed, and that's okay. Like I said, I'll have the Legend of Runeterra episodes. That'll be coming hopefully at least weekly, where maybe I release 1 or 2 or 3 during the weekends. I think the plan is we're going to start doing Unsleeved stuff on the weekends, so we're just going to release it on the weekends. A lot of the stuff I do live on my Twitch channel. Once again, SilverGhost22 at twitch.tv. So, if you're looking to join and see what I'm doing, a lot of the times that's where you'll find me. And that's also where we did a lot of the streaming of the testing cards and stuff like that and testing the new formats. I've been doing that also. So if you want to come check me out and, join me in chat and have fun with that, you can catch me there once again. And then lastly, of course, let's not forget about Vin. Like I said, he's been doing Monster Train. He's at House of Random. Hopefully I get that right. If not, both the links will be in the description anyway. But the videos are coming out for Monster Train a lot faster because Vin has a lot more recording than I do so far. So definitely, these are 2 really fun games, and they're 2 kind of deck building games. Obviously Legends of Runeterra is, but Monster Train kind of is also, and they're 2 very different types of games. So as far as deck construction goes and stuff like that, you might be able to find some love in either one of these games, and I think they're very enjoyable standalones. And hey, maybe you even like both and you want to try both out, that's really cool too. But that's going to be it for our month, guys. It's definitely been a hectic one for July, for sure. A lot of things have happened. The protocols have gone through so much effort into creating what we think are impactful cards that will have their place in maybe all sorts of metas. And I can definitely get more into that probably in the next video. If not, maybe I will do something shortly and we'll have a couple of us on all to talk about the approach and the delivery of all that stuff. But as I said, Unsleeved coming back this month a little bit stronger than before. We're going to do a couple more things, and look forward to it, guys. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. See ya.